What's going on, guys? Bosch here once again, and this is my review for the latest episode of The Walking Dead, Season 3, Episode 11. It was called I Ain't A Judas, and right off the bat, spoiler alert, obviously this video will ruin the episode for you if you have not seen it yet, so I recommend that you keep this video, in the back of your mind while you're watching and come back to it later. Anyway, before I get into it, I would like to tell you that this episode is very, very Andrea-centric. Now, it does focus a lot around Andrea, and I know that she's not really everyone's favourite character, and I don't know what to say about that. I personally don't think she's that bad. Everyone says she's annoying, and I just think she's another character in the show. She's grown a lot since the start of the series, and sure, maybe at the start she was kind of annoying, but I think now she's really grown into her own sort of leadership style, and she's become very important. She's kind of like the middleman between Rick and the governor at the moment, and this episode further sort of pushed that because Andrea decides to go and see them at the prison, and it was very interesting. The episode was very, very low key. I'm taking that phrase from a friend of mine, Josh, who did say that. He actually describes it very, very well. It was very low key, but a lot of information was given to us this episode, and I think it was an episode that we needed to have at this point in the season because it's setting up. It's really, this episode really did set it up to be, it's setting up for the epic showdown that's going to happen between the governor and the Rick-tator, as he's being called online. I think that's what I saw today anyway. So yeah, the episode was just, like I said, very, very low key. Andrea's debating whether to go to the prison. She does end up going there with the help of Milton, even though she doesn't know that Milton's really just spying on her for the governor. And she gets there and, well, Rick treats her kind of hostilely. I don't know if that's a word. Treats her like very, very, with a very hostile attitude, not sure of where her loyalties lie, which I think is it's a common theme at the moment. Andrea's kind of torn between, the governor and Rick, and yeah, she goes back to see all the people at the prison. She doesn't know what happened to them after the farm because obviously they got split up. And she asks, where's Shane? Where's Laurie? And she obviously didn't know that Shane tried to kill Rick and that Laurie died in childbirth. And, she was a bit shocked at that. And yeah, so that happened, and that's really all that happened. She went to the prison, and she left the prison, she went back. And I think the main thing for me was Carol. One of the main things anyway was Carol talking to Andrea, and she said, look, you're going to have to show him the time of his life, sleep with him, get down and dirty, as they say, and then while he's asleep, kill him, and you can end it, you can end it all, and it will be over. And you can see that Andrea's torn, she doesn't want to do that, she thinks there's a peaceful solution, and Rick and the others just don't think that. They say, look, we've put up with too much shit for too long, and if he wants a war, well, we're going to give it to him. We're going to match his aggression with more aggression, and that's just the way the world is now. It's survival of the fittest, and it's whoever has the most bullets is going to win this fight. So there was that, and I think the other major thing for me was right near the end. Beth was singing, trying to lift the morale a little bit, and just by the way, she is an amazing singer. She has a very nice voice, and I assume she's going to have an album or something, I don't know. But anyway, there was a little sort of meeting between the leadership group of the prison guys, Herschel, Rick, and Daryl, and they said, what are we going to do now? What's the plan? And Rick says, I'm going on a run. And basically, he takes that, you can take that, there's a lot of ways, but I take that as him trying to, find some more guns. And he said he's taking Michonne and Carl, and he says, this really kind of stuck with me. The second time I watched it, he said, Carl's ready. And to me that says, that says two things. It says that Carl is ready to take on a bit more responsibility. He obviously carries a gun, he does watches, things like that, but I think he's ready to see, what it's really like out there, because he's always sort of been, it's always been Carl, stay in the house, Carl, stay in the house, Carl, stay in the car, Carl, stay in the RV, and he's never really seen what it's like out there. So it's going to be interesting, and in a couple of days I will have another video up featuring The Walking Dead. It'll just be, a speculation video for the next episode. So yeah, this episode, like I said, very low key. Not a lot happened. The episode ended with Andrea obviously sleeping with the governor, and almost going through with killing him. She was like this close. She had the knife. She was standing over him naked, and she didn't do it. She didn't go through with it, and I'm not sure what that means. I mean, it could mean many things. It could mean that she doesn't want to do it. Maybe she just feels too strongly for Philip, or maybe she doesn't want to do it that way. Maybe she doesn't feel that there's any honor in killing someone while he's asleep. I don't know, but there's that. And like I said, I really think this episode is setting up for next week and the weeks after this. I think it was kind of the Loki episode we needed to have in order for there to be like action. So I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait for next week's episode. It's going to be awesome. So I'll thank you guys for watching, and yeah, that's about it. So yeah, goodbye.